So, hey class, this is Melvin, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today about budgeting, and I'm here with my family. So, to begin, we're going to start with 1 Timothy 6. Now, verse 10 is one that we commonly hear, and that is where Paul tells us that the love of money is the root of all sorts of evils. But today, I would like us to continue on to verse 18, where Paul says that they, the wealthy, are to do good, to be rich in good works, to be generous, thus storing up a treasure for themselves as a good foundation for the future, so that they may take hold of that which is truly life. So I would like this to be the foundation of what we're talking about today, because that is the purpose of budgeting. The purpose of budgeting is to make sure that we free up our hands so that we can think about that which the Lord has for us. So in order to continue this discussion on budgeting, I'm going to make it as easy as A, B, and C. Easy peasy. So we're first going to talk about the awareness of spending, the blueprint for spending, and the control over spending. So A, B, and C. Now, as far as awareness of spending goes, I believe that John Maxwell best embodies this when he says that a budget is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. So when you're aware of the trends in your spending, two things are going to happen. One is that you're going to recognize unsustainable habits, and the other thing that's going to happen is you're going to reprioritize your spending to meet the goals that you have for yourself. So those are two things that flow from the awareness of spending. Second is the blueprint for spending. So there was a study done by Ben Boney and Terrell on mental accounting. And the benefit that mental accounting holds is that when college students engage in mental accounting, what happens is they have better control over categories than they do over their whole budget. So if they can divide up their income into smaller categories, then they're more likely to realize when they're going over or under the budget, that sort of thing, have better control. The other thing that happens is, as far as blueprints go, I use the word blueprint because the word budget just really makes people nervous, and they don't like it. They don't like the idea of doing math. Makes them hesitant. But as Dave Ramsey says, budgeting doesn't have to be so complicated. What budgeting really is giving every dollar a name. And so today I would like to challenge you all for your next time you receive a paycheck is to give every dollar a name. And to make this extremely easy for you guys, I've actually scheduled an email to be sent out to you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock with a blank spreadsheet with preloaded formulas into it. So all you have to do is type in the numbers, and you don't even have to do math. So I just made budgeting even easier for you guys to do. So hopefully if math was the deterrent, now you don't have that deterrent. Next is control over spending. So Heath and Soul recognize that when you're budgeting, you are separating the planner from the doer, which means that you're going to achieve your goals easier because it's not the doer who's planning the goals, but it's the planner who's planning the goals. So the doer, the spender, is more likely to make in-the-moment decisions, whereas the planner has taken a step back and is sitting at a desk and thinking about what do I want for my future. And so this is the kind of futuristic control that comes over spending as far as budgeting is concerned. Next, I would like to talk about The Richest Man in Babylon. So Clayson in The Richest Man in Babylon, it's a book on many financial principles, but one thing that he talks about is how control over money means that money doesn't have control over you. And this is seen in the second rule of gold in the book. And I will quote him directly. He says, "Gold labors diligently and multiplies for the person who finds it profitable employment," which means that you have to actively give your money some kind of profitable employment if you want to receive that benefit from your money. All right, so just as a review, the 3 points were awareness of spending, a blueprint for spending, and control over spending. And these 3 things are benefits that you receive when you engage in the discipline of budgeting. And to close, I would like to quote Barnum, who says that money is an excellent slave and a horrible master. So please choose for yourself whether you want your money to be an excellent slave or a horrible master. The end.